The first thing we're going to add to our kit is the essential water. Water has many uses. Primary one is hydration, cleansing our internal system. It's also used for cooking, for hygiene, for dealing with hot temperatures, medical conditions, lots of uses for water. The suggested guidelines is that you use a gallon of water per day. You can get by with 2 quarts, but it's preferred a gallon per day. And when you think about that in regard to a 72-hour kit, that's a lot of water, especially when you think it's about 8 pounds per gallon. That's carrying a lot of weight. So you might want to find a combination between carrying water and locating water and knowing how to purify it. Let's look at some of the commercial products that are available for water. But before I do that, I wanted to say never ration your water. You can drink the amount your body needs that day, and then tomorrow locate more water and purify it. There have been lots of people, lots have died next to their full canteen because they were trying to ration it. And if there's no water available, don't be eating foods because the digestion process uses that water reserve. Okay, many of you are familiar with this Coast Guard approved emergency water packets. These are about 4 ounces of water. We're getting our 3-gallon quota. You need about 96 of these. And it's going to weigh the same as you're carrying 3 gallons of water. There's that. Awesome, very safe to drink. Next is just the regular water that you buy at the store. These are awesome, perfectly safe to drink. They do have an expiration date, so the water doesn't expire, but the container starts to decompose and affect the safety of the water. So you want to expire or replace that when it expires. All right, that is what's available for pre-packaged water. The rest of it is options for storing is you choose a container and you fill it with your own water. And if the water source is treated, that's fine. If it's not treated, then you need to treat it with chlorine. All right, I have here a canteen, so to speak, a water bottle, a little clippy that you can hang onto your kit, easy access. I don't know how many of these you'd need, but this is a good one to have on the outside of the kit so that you can drink it as you go. Same thing goes for a regular water bottle. Now, this is BPA free, but it also, if you notice on the bottom, there's a little triangle that tells you the type of plastic it is. And most food grade water or beverages are stored in a number 1 plastic. And that's great in refrigerated conditions, but not so great in hot or storage conditions. Anything above 70 degrees or in direct sunlight is really not good for the plastic. It starts to break it down and it leaches into the water. And so it keeps you alive, but you're drinking toxic water. Keep that in mind. Okay, my favorite way is to use the Gatorade because it's also a type 1, number 1, but it is a sturdier plastic. I've had lots of these out in the sun and learned that you're not supposed to, but it does keep its shape better. So I like the harder plastic. And if you're storing these, you would need 15 per person to get your 3 gallons. And then there's the 2-liter soda pop bottle. You need you need 6. I calculated this already. You need 6 2-liter bottles to carry in your kit to get that quota. If you get a 3-liter bottles, they're a little closer to a gallon, and so if you're going to fudge and not go quite a gallon, getting 3 of those would be really good. I like to, um, well, I have here is a Soda Pals container, if I can get it in here, sorry. And you put the 2 liters bottles, take a pair of pants, sew the bottoms, and you put your 2-liter bottles in there, and then it's a handle for easy carry, or you can put it over your shoulder, and it makes carrying that extra weight so much easier and less burdensome carrying it in the pack. Okay, so that's what we have for filling containers. For filters, we have a few options. We have the water filter, or the life straw, where you dip this into the water and you just suck the water in, supposedly filters it. And then we've also got the bigger filters, which you can do a greater amount of water, and you can pump water out of this into a container so that you can cook with it, or rehydrate, anything that you need water for other than the sucking. So you put this in the contaminated water, not contaminated, but murky water, and you pump this into another container. And that's awesome. I also include a water bag. So this water bag, you can filter in about 2 gallons of water that you locate, and that's another way of doing it. Okay, for my kids, for me and for my children, I try to store as much water as they can reasonably carry, and then I put some type of filter or knowledge on what they need to do to get water. I have, oh, and I also have this water purification kit, which has all kinds of things in it, and I store it next to the 72-hour kit. So if we need to, we can grab this and go and have the supplies we need to purify. But that's another thing. I have printed or created a little booklet, Water, the Essential Water, and it goes through all about water storage, all about how to locate water, what is safe storage, water sources, and creative ways of finding water. And then it goes through how to purify water, both the clarifying, filtering, removing those physical pollutants, and the disinfecting, getting rid of the microorganisms and chemicals and all of those. I'm going to add the link to a Google Doc so that if you want this, you can research it and